Time for Tech Tuesday. Wes Bunch from Bridgehead IT. Joining me on the Stevens Roofing Newsmaker Hotline to talk about tile trackers. First, Wes, what is a tile tracker?
Yeah, good question. Well, if you've ever misplaced something like your car keys and you can't find them where you normally wind up, what you normally wind up doing is kind of going through this frantic search looking for them and even looking in places where, they're not. And so technology's come up with a way to fix this problem. You can clip these tiny little trackers to your keys or your purse, your backpack, whatever the important object is, and it will help you locate the device with the help of your smartphone. So basically shows you a map and then shows a little dot.
Apple AirTag.
Apple AirTag, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Well, so the problem with that is that this tech can also be used in harmful ways. For instance, somebody else can just slip one of these into your backpack, for instance, and then be able to track your whereabouts. And we've seen, occasions where, criminals have actually attached one of these trackers to a vehicle and then followed the owner home to steal the car later. So, people are starting to become more and more concerned about, hey, am I being tracked by one of these? Something doesn't feel right. I feel like I may be being watched. And so Apple's come out with a helpful tool to tip you off in the event that you are being tracked. Couple things that they've done. One of the things is that, when you buy an AirTag and you go to set it up, there's this really predominant on-screen notification warning letting you know that it is a crime to track somebody with one of these. Now, we all know that's not going to stop anybody, but hey, it's a start. The other cool thing is that these tags, they'll now emit a sound on your phone if they're moving with you, and they're clearly not yours. So if this isn't a tag that you bought and programmed, your phone is going to sense that, and it's going to emit a sound. It's been doing that for a while, but the sound and the alert it's been kind of quiet, and it's been easy to ignore. And so Apple is releasing a firmware, which is starting to come out now. It may be on your phone yet. If not, it should be there here in a couple of weeks, where they're really going to increase the volume of that alert, and they're really going to let you know, hey, there is a tracker tag, an Apple AirTag nearby. It is not yours.
Good.
What do you want to do?
Good.
And it's going to give you the ability to click on that, and then you basically disable it. Again, even though it's not yours, it will give you the ability to disable it. You can go in and you can turn off your location tracking.
Good.
And then Android now has software as well. There's a tracker detect software that will pick up an Apple tracker. Same thing
Good.
works for Tile. And so be mindful of those alerts. Don't ignore them. Watch out for them. You probably won't see one, but if you do, it's the real deal. Action it. Don't ignore it.
Well, the tracker itself, like the AirTag, needs to have a sound on it as well, so you know exactly where that device is instead of just on your phone. And here's why. We had the story this week, and I'm sure you're familiar with it, and one of the reasons we're doing the story today of this family was at Disney World, and apparently somebody allegedly dropped this in a teenage girl's bag and was tracking her with her family. They got to, and she was smart enough to pick it up on her iPhone, got to the parking lot, and they dumped everything out of all of their bags. They were totally freaked out, drove back to the hotel, watching it on the phone. The AirTag stayed in their parking spot. So apparently they were able to, dump it out. But, man, you talk about something that could track a teenage girl down for, nefarious purposes for later. You talk about the crime syndicates of the world being able to use this for all kinds of nefarious purposes, use these devices, for just like what we're describing. If somebody intentionally put that in a teenage girl's backpack, you can only imagine what might have been the goal of somebody to track a teenage girl. So, yeah, we need to be able to track these, and the tag itself needs to make a noise, as far as I'm concerned, so that you know it's there.
Yeah, exactly. There's been a lot of feedback on that, and we're hearing that's likely coming soon.
Yeah,
which is great because you can track it down to the nearest foot, but that was a perfect example of why it can still be tricky. These things are so small. You can slide them in. You can sew them into bags. I mean, you can do all these.
It was like a
things
quarter size, Wes. The one I saw with this, it was like a fit in the palm of your hand. It's very easy to walk up and throw that into somebody's fanny pack or their bag that they're carrying on their back or something like that, or in their pocket even. Something like that. It's very easy to put this on somebody or on their vehicle, and then you can track them wherever you want to.
Well, and there's a lot of noise coming from our cell phones with all these alerts for all this nonsense. This is one to pay attention to.
Yes, sir.
Keep your eyes peeled for these, because you just never know.
Great segment, great info, and that's why I support everything they do at Bridgehead IT for all these things that are so important in your life today. Thank you, Wes. I appreciate their phone number over there, 210-477-7999. Get in touch with our friends at Bridgehead IT for all of your business IT purposes.